Hello everybody, good evening, welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge. It's Thursday night, but it's Champions League night, and I tell you what, if you've seen that atmosphere at St James's Park, wow. That's what it's all about, you know, that is what it is all about. Incredible atmosphere out there, and yeah, look, I've got a funny feeling that Newcastle might win this. In fact, I'm going to run a poll on this because I've just got a feeling it's going to be one of those nights. Remember Villa beating Bayern last year? I've got a feeling they're going to win. I just do. They're a good team. The thing is as well, they're a good team. And Barcelona, as good as they are, the Premier League is a better league than La Liga. And I think we might see it. So yeah, look, let me know your thoughts on that. But that atmosphere is fantastic. I mean, look, Newcastle, say what you like about Newcastle, and are they a sleeping giant or are they a sleeping shrew? You know, make that one's up to you. But I think that the atmosphere is brilliant, and we're very excited by it. Team news is going around on the screen for you there. We'll just whiz through this because we've got Napoli, Man City as well. Man City have got what's meant to be a blue moon going around their stadium, but it just looks like paper. Pope, Trippier, Schär, Byrne, Livramento. Bruno G, Tonali, Joelinton, Elanga, Gordon and Barnes. Surprising actually he's not put Voltemada up front, because I think Newcastle with Anthony Gordon up front doesn't really work. I'm very surprised he's not gone with Voltemada there. But, you know, it's up to him. The Barcelona team has got Rashford in it. Lopez, Rafinha, Lewandowski, De Jong, Pedri, Martin, Kabasi, Araujo, Koundé and Garcia. No Yamal. Yamal is, of course, missing. He has an injury. I think Newcastle have got a chance. I think they've got a chance in the electric atmosphere of the Premier League. I think they've got a chance. In relation to Man City, Napoli, obviously we'll be keeping an eye on that. I've got two screens again. Donnarumma, Kushanoff, Diaz, Vardiel, O'Reilly, Rodri, Silva, Reinders, Foden, Doku, Haaland. And then Napoli, Milinkovic-Savic, who signed from Torino, De Lorenzo, Bukema, Buongiorno, Spinazzola, Lopotka, Anguissa, De Bruyne, McTominay, Politano and Rasmus up front for Napoli. I mean, look, ridiculed by the British press, laughed out of Manchester, and here he is playing up front for Manchester, in Manchester for Napoli in the Champions League. And people think he was booted out of Manchester. I mean, who's the real winner here? Lovely kit as well, Napoli. De Bruyne back as well. So, yes, we're ready to go. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. And yes, the Champions League is good. We're excited about these games tonight. Make sure you share the video. Get involved. 5,000 legends here already. Rashford can't be playing. They're sending him back, says Robert McCormack. I hope Kevin De Bruyne scores. Pep shouldn't have sold him, says Evan. Well, remember, if you're an Arsenal fan, you can sit back tonight thoroughly enjoying this, knowing that you play Man City on Sunday afternoon and you played your game 2 days ago and it's at the Emirates. So massively beneficial for Arsenal. Do you think Rasmus will score, says Mark? I mean, it would be great if he does. If Rasmus scores 2, I'll donate 100, says Renton. I don't think he will score, but I think Man City will be too good for Napoli. I'm going to go with a Newcastle win and I'm going to go with a Man City win. 2 home wins tonight, simply because I think that the Premier League is going to be the winner tonight. I think the pace and intensity of the Premier League is going to be too much for the Italian champions Napoli and also for the Spanish champions Barcelona. I don't know. I look at Barcelona. I don't really know much about their squad because I don't really watch La Liga anymore. But I just worry about Barcelona. Do they have the bench? Do they have the squad? You know. But I'm very surprised Anthony Gordon's playing up front. I would have loved to have seen Voltemada play, but maybe they've gone for a little bit more energy in their team. No Yamal, no party, says Purple Burglar Alarm. Yeah, no Yamal. Voltemada needs rest from playing 3 games recently, says Frosty292. Thank you very much. well, we're ready to go, and we're very excited about this. Under the lights as well. When did that happen? Literally, when did that happen? When did the 8 o'clock kickoff become dark? The autumn is here, everybody. That happens every year, doesn't it? Literally, no, I'm being serious. When did that happen? When did summer go? Like, it feels like yesterday at 8 o'clock it was like really light. Where's the summer gone? Anyway, I'm not against it. It's great to see. Why have I got Man City Napoli on there? I don't want that. That's not our featured game. People will be turning off. I am watching Man City Napoli, but that's not the scorecard I want. Get out. There we go. Lovely stuff. How are you doing? I am very happy that this is my last, well, last stream of the day. It's been a ridiculously busy week, and at least this is a relaxing one where I can just sit and enjoy good football, hopefully. Good interception straight away. Anthony Gordon! Ooh! No, goal kick. Was it Anthony Gordon there? No, it was Harvey Barnes. I tell you what, I've seen them given. He didn't really appeal for it, but Barcelona win would be going back to Spain without their kids getting injured. They'll learn why 16-year-old kids don't play in the Premier League. Also, Rasmus hat-trick, please, says DV. And Becky says, you're a streaming machine this week, Mark. Thank you for the amazing content. It has been tough, Becky. I'm getting a bit too old for it, you know. I used to take it for granted. I mean, what have I done today? 10 o'clock show, career mode, 7 o'clock United stand, and then on to here. I mean, I used to do more. Shot from Barcelona just wide there. Thank you very much for your super chats, DV, Becky, and Frosty. Barcelona win, 59% of you. Newcastle win, 30% of you. Draw, 11%. So I'm in the minority. I'm going to stick with my guns, and I'm going to go with a Newcastle win. Has anyone seen my Instagram post? I'm very happy with that. Big shout out to EA. I was in London on Tuesday, and they said they wanted to recreate the Zlatan picture, and it's on my Instagram, Goldbridge Mark. I guess I'll show it you. They had the bedroom there. What's this? I love it how people say, are you live tonight? Oh, to be fair, it was 20 minutes ago. Just have a look. Check me. Check my socials. Sorry, I will be back. Barca's biggest problem will be the high defensive line. Gordon and Langer will be all over them, says Owen Couch. Thank you very much. I think that Diaz thinks he's him. Stupid shot. Crowd love that tackle by Langer. Look at that. He's loving it. Ooh. Celebrating tackles in Newcastle. They love it. Ash loves it as well. They are very passionate. Frosty says Newcastle get underestimated by bigger clubs a lot. I haven't underestimated them. I said they're going to win. Newcastle's problem will be, and we saw it in the Champions League last time, was how do you do 8 Champions League games and stay competitive in the Prem? Do you think Timber is the best right back in the league because Trent Alexander-Arnold left, or has he gone to the next level? Says Rajaf. I think Jurrien Timber's been very good this season. Very good. Oh, Doku's got away here. Good pace from Doku. Bad pass. Still there. And giving a foul against him. It's hard to watch 2 games. Yeah, Timber's been very good this season. Yeah. I can't believe how many people think Barcelona are going to win this game. I mean, look, I understand it, but I don't think it's as straightforward as that. Newcastle fans are on fire, says Wolf Wall. Lost Mary, thanks for being a member, says I voted Newcastle win. Thank you. I hope some of you are part of the FC26 career mode. I'm enjoying it. Episode 2 went out about 2 hours ago, so you can check that out on my channel. Very realistic career mode, Man United this year. It actually works being a bit shit, because the expectations are quite low. I hate having my noise on. It's that's one of the worst noises in the world. How many phones have you got, Mark? 1 or 2. Yeah, Harvey Barnes was offside there. A lot of people said great chance. It was a one-on-one and he should have scored, but he was offside. That's why I didn't react. We can beat Barca today. 3rd donation, says Frosty. He's getting excited. Come on, you tune, says Stuart. It'd be great. It would be great for the Prem. I mean, look, I am not expecting Manchester United to get top 5 this year. But remember, English clubs doing well in the Premier League, in the Champions League or in Europe now benefits the league. So I've not always been somebody that wants the English club to win. A load of people say if it's an English club I want them to win. I've never really been like that. I certainly don't want Liverpool to win or Man City to win. But there is a benefit to English clubs doing well. Newcastle was slight favourites with the bookies, says Robert McCormack. Yeah, I think that's common sense. Bundesliga tomorrow night. I'll have 2 streams again. So if you're in England and Ireland, you can watch the actual game footage because we have exclusive Bundesliga rights in England and Ireland to show you the actual game. You can check out the highlight show as well. That went out yesterday. But we will have a standalone companion watch along for everybody else because we don't leave anybody behind here. We don't leave anybody behind. We don't do exclusive streams where it's just England and Ireland. We're a community. Nice ball out to Harvey Barnes. Lovely 1-2. Oh, that's where you need a striker. Jem says, no man's left behind or woman. You can't just say man and woman now, though, can you? You'd be writing a list. Oh, Barcelona down the left-hand side, and it's Rashford. He'd be getting excited here. He'd be getting excited here. No. I thought he'd won a corner. He actually just had a bad shot. I think he got too excited. The trouble is, it's a lovely turn by Rashford, and there's the pace. And Trippier's never going to catch him, but I think he got a little bit Man United excited, didn't he? He was never going to pass. And you know what? He would love to score tonight, wouldn't he? Back post, Doku, blocked. There. Yeah, imagine being on the Titanic those years ago when the captain, got the lifeboats out and he said, women and children first. Nowadays, you'd be like, well, I identify as a woman, let me on. You're not getting on, John, but I identify as a woman. You're not getting on. Ooh, sexist. You'd have a problem, wouldn't you? I don't identify as anything. Can I get on? No. Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll be taking you to court and suing you, White Star Line. So you're basically just saying women and children first. What about those of us who are non-gender specific? I tell you what. I bet those women who were not gender specific very quickly became women. I am a woman now. I want to survive. United players would eat Southgate for breakfast, says Odie. And Riaz says, if I send you an iPhone, will you use it? I mean, I can afford an iPhone. I've just always been an Android kind of guy. Tom says, chilling with Marky Mark and Mary J. These are great Champions League nights. I love the Champions League watch-alongs over here. They're great. I think Anthony Gordon should lose the hairband. I like Anthony Gordon, but, you know, there were haircuts I didn't like of Beckham. Anyway, I don't like talking about the Titanic. Oh, lovely play. Napoli. He's done very well. Keeps going. Spinazzola. You know, Spinazzola is so unlucky with injuries. He is such a good player. I've always been a fan. How old is he now? 32. 32. How much of his career has he missed through injury? Got an injury in the Newcastle game. Lavramento. So Spinazzola's injury history looks like this. It's very long. He basically he ruptured his Achilles tendon in the 21-22 season and was out for nearly a year. Then he came back and did a hamstring muscle injury that kept him out for nearly 3 months. And since then, he's had about 10 other injuries. So he gets a lot of muscle problems, etc. It's a shame. Which manager do you think is under the most pressure to deliver in the Champions League this season, and who could be the first big name casualty? I don't think we'll see a big name casualty Norway Bull, but I think Pep's got to deliver on reputation and status. Like, Man City can't just have a season where they don't win anything. I mean, he'll get by with an FA Cup, I'm sure, and he is trying to build something new. And I can see Pep staying at Man City now for a few years as he tries to build something new, but the question is, can he get Man City back to where they were? I think Haaland will move on soon. Maybe not in the summer, but United player, thank you very much for that Norway Bull. Appreciate your super chat. That's a lovely ball. Oh, Elanga was nearly in. Trippier. Why didn't you shoot? Harvey Barnes on the back post. Up against Koundé. Terrible. Trippier should have had a shot there. I just don't think Erling Haaland wants to spend all his career at Man City. I might be wrong, but he's had a very, transitional career, hasn't he? You know, he was in Norway, then it was Salzburg, then it was Dortmund, now it's Man City. I think he'll want to do Spain, Real Madrid or Barcelona. I mean, he's only just 25, so I think there will be Spain. I think he'll do Italy. And then Yeah, I think it's always been mapped out like that. Corner for City, over the bar. Just tuning in, this is a good test for Conte versus Premier League opposition. If he does well, I think he'd be perfect fit for Man United, says Nath. I quite liked the idea of Conte when we had when Ollie left, but a lot of people were dead against it. So I think Wiz is back in a few weeks for Newcastle. He'll be a good signing for them. Cross comes in towards the back post, easy for the keeper. Good goalkeeper, this. For Barcelona. So Stegen's still there. But they bought Garcia in the summer, didn't they? Was he from Espanyol? Have you seen Mendes goal? Mendes and Hakimi in the United top 6. Still wouldn't have a midfield, Arta. Napoli win a corner. We have had some other results tonight. I was a bit surprised to see Leverkusen not beating Copenhagen, but then again, it is away from home. Grimaldo and Hatzdiakos, 3 late goals in that game. 2-2 between Copenhagen and Leverkusen. And Club Brugge beat Monaco 4-1. Which is a good result for them. Where's Paul Pogba? Is he injured already? Wasn't playing. Donnarumma's just made a good save there for Man City. Galatasaray are 1-0 up against Frankfurt as well. No Osman. As Rasmus is playing up front for Napoli, proud Canadian, yes. Barcelona on the attack here. Little cross in. Good cross. Pope just gets there. And then Koundé shoots wide. Lewandowski. He's looking old, Lewandowski, now, isn't he? Oh, Haaland wants a foul here. They've circled the ref. Could be a red. Could be a red. Haaland's definitely onside. Oh, I think he might get sent off. It's going to be a crap game, that now. Yeah, he's through 1-on-1. I think that's got to be a red card for Napoli. I just love the way Man City always surround the referee. There's only one captain, and yet Diaz is always there. Oh, he's going to go and check it. Could be a red card here. VAR. Last man, it's a red. That's game over then. But this is what I mean. You can have an exciting night of football ruined by things like that. And it is a red card. I agree with Aaron. It is a red card, but it makes that game very boring now. Does he get a little touch on the ball? Yeah, red card. Oh, ruined. You can't complain. It is a red card, but it just ruins the game, doesn't it? What can you do? You know, he's running through one-on-one. It has to be a penalty. It has to be a red card. And it doesn't touch the ball. It is a red card. Like, I mean, is the keeper going to get there ahead of Haaland? No. Yeah, it's got all the ingredients of a red. But it ruins the game as a spectacle, doesn't it? Solve it. How do you solve it? I don't know how you solve it, because ultimately, if that's against United at the weekend, I'd want the Chelsea player sent off. But as a spectacle for the neutral, it obviously ruins the game a little bit. Red card for Napoli, Di Lorenzo. Anyway, we've still got the better game. Newcastle against Barca. Here's Tonali, going to go wide to Elanga. Good defending. Oh, 100% a red. I've got no complaints. It is a red. Which player had the best career outside Leicester City? Barnes, Kante, Maddison, Mahrez, Maguire, Tielemans. Well, for me, it's Kante or Tielemans. Kante or Mahrez. Barnes, Maddison, Maguire and Tielemans, their careers have not lived up to what Kante went to Chelsea and won the Premier League and the Champions League, I think. And Mahrez did the same. So I'd say it's close. I mean, I'd need to look at their honours list, but it's probably Mahrez. Good question. 31 million feeling purposeless in life beyond my job. No partner, can't do as much as disabled. Any advice? What? Saturday Crush, 31. Oh, no, it's not 30. No, 31 male. I thought you had 31 million and you felt you had no purpose. I was going to say 31 million can buy you a lot of purpose. 31 male. That changes it very, very much. I read it 31 million feeling purposeless in life beyond my job. No partner, can't do much as I'm disabled. Any advice? You're a millionaire for a few seconds in my eyes. But it's a 31-year-old male feeling purposeless in life beyond my job. No partner, can't do much as I'm disabled. As any advice? Get yourself on bloody, what do they call it? Grindr, or I think that's the gay one. You might be gay. Tinder. Get yourself out on dates. You know. Doesn't have to be Elanga. This is the replay. He should have given that to... Good save. It was a good chance, that. Harvey Barnes. If he'd have found Anthony Gordon, it would have been a better chance. I told you, Newcastle. Gordon wasn't offside once Elanga had it. So, yeah, Napoli down to 10 men. I don't know whether they've taken anybody off yet to compensate. Man City will stat pad this now. I mean, they'll probably win it 3 or 4-0. Oh, Eddie Howe can't believe it. Yeah, I think they're about to make a substitution. Could be Rasmus coming off, to be fair. Haaland's looking very confident at the moment, isn't he? He's looking fast. He's looking sharp. Get yourself on the undateables, says Anthony. Yeah, I mean, look, ultimately, disability shouldn't be a barrier and isn't a barrier to finding a purpose in life. Get yourself out there. Single, looking to mingle. Good luck. Keep us updated. De Bruyne coming off. That's a shame, isn't it? That'll teach you. That'll teach you, Man City. You thought De Bruyne. I mean, that's very disappointing for De Bruyne, but it's because of the red card, isn't it? Oliveira comes on. Well, you have to take off a question. You have to take off a. You have to take off a player, and he's a luxury player, isn't he? JMA92 says, my lovely Nan is on a voice-activated life support machine. She was a huge fan of yours. Can you do the honours and send the old dear off? What? I've never even... That's not a thing, is it? A voice-activated life support machine. Is that a thing? What do you do? Say switch it off? They keep showing this Harvey Barnes chance. It was a good save. Maybe should have done better. Christian says, my uncle was in a wheelchair when he met my aunt. It was better than him being after her. I've just realised I said switch it off. That might be the end of old... JMA's Nan. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way, bottom right hand corner, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. What an amazing achievement to have Bundesliga highlights and games on That's Football. Who would have thought we'd get to that? It's an incredible achievement by this community, so make sure you're getting involved, subscribing, and you can tune in tomorrow night. The weekend starts with Bundesliga action here on That's Football, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow night's game as well, because I like St. Pauli, and also we've not watched Stuttgart yet. They've got a centre-back who's about 18, I can't remember his name, but apparently he's going to be the next big thing. But they've also got Stiller in the midfield, which few clubs have been linked to him. Man United, Arsenal, meant to be on the move next summer. Yellow card, Joe Linton. Mohammed says, John Garcia is underrated. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Well, I think he will be considered that, yeah. But I don't know whether he's quite there yet. We don't want to see red cards, referees. I know we can't avoid the Napoli one, and it's a shame, but I don't want to see... I want to see 11 against 11. That's when football's at its best. Ian says, are you on the beer tonight, Mark, or the red wine? No, I haven't had I've had one glass of red wine in the last 2 weeks. That's the only thing I've drank. And I'm too tired. I thought about having one tonight, but I'm like, I'm so tired. I want to have what I call clean sleep. Tristan says, my grandpa put my grandma in a wheelchair. Don't want to know. My dog used to listen you, but it's now deaf, says Tizzy. I'm not laughing about your dog being deaf. My dog was deaf. Now it's dead. Last week, put it down. That's what they do. They don't. The vet doesn't smile, but... Alanga. There's a foul off the ball there. Kunde covers in. Still Alanga. He's getting a lot of space, Alanga. Bruno G. Feel there's a Newcastle goal coming. Feel it. Alanga man of the match, says Evan. How many years until United win the league again, says John? Might be never, mate. I don't know why people have to put a time limit on something that might not happen. When will England win the World Cup? You know, it might never happen. Here's Rashford again. Dealt with by Trippier. I mean, Rashford should be getting the best of Trippier on pure pace. Barcelona. Let's go for a goal kick. Joseph says, birthday tomorrow, 19 on the 19th. I'm going to Bromley on Saturday as a gift. 4-hour drive from Chesterfield. Hope you're well. Up the Spirites. Is it Spirites? You've spelt it Spirites. Happy birthday tomorrow, Joseph. Enjoy. Jay says, when will United Strand have a haircut? Yeah, so United have got to win 5 games in a row. That was a bad thing to say, wasn't it? Saturday Crush says, thanks everyone. I meant having a purpose in life rather than finding a partner, specifically partner, as that's impossible as nobody wants me. There's somebody for everybody, mate. Lewandowski wins a free kick. How old is Lewandowski? I'm going to say he's 36. He's 37. Napoli fans are enjoying themselves. Another injury here, Barcelona. I'm proposing to my girlfriend soon. How did you propose, says Move Maniac. Basically, like everybody else, I said, will you marry me? City game's a bit boring, says Savage. Well, that's why this is the screen I'm watching. Newcastle, Barcelona. Oh, yeah. Napoli player did stamp on him a little bit, but he's up. Rahul says, just off topic, but the power bar for penalty kicks is below the player's name. Yeah, messed that up today. It's a shame as well, because that was important for us. De Jong is class. Imagine if we'd signed him, says Elvin. Well, it could have been a different story. Thank you, Elvin. I think when you propose, it's not about what you say, it's about where you do it. Like, you know, don't do it over dinner on a Thursday night. You know, you've got to think about doing it in a place that's memorable. I did it in Dunleary, which is the port outside of Dublin. And I did it there because that's where my journey to Ireland started. And I sort of was like, this was the place that brought me to you. Cash back. So close. It's Spire Tees. Nickname from Crook Spire. Thank you, Joseph. Barcelona starting to implement. It's not a bad cross by Rashford. Starting to not implement. starting to exert control of the ball. Lewandowski, shot, back post, and goes wide. Rafinha. Assert authority, yes, Mirror, that's the one. I miss Messi, says Martin. Let me tell you what the scores are in the other games. Still 1-0 to Galatasaray in Frankfurt, and Sporting a 0-0, Newcastle 0-0, Man City 0-0. So we only got one goal in the 8 o'clock games, and that's Galatasaray in Frankfurt. Big Premier League games this weekend. Merseyside Derby, Saturday lunchtime. Arsenal, Man City, Super Sunday. United, Chelsea, 5:30. So we've got some good games this weekend. It's a lovely cross to the back post for Haaland. Doesn't get on the end of it. Yeah, Barcelona are just starting to get on top here. I feel like Newcastle will score the first goal, but haven't. Great commentary there. You know the games are boring when Mark is busy doing psychotherapy on some random in the chat. So good cross again. Well, it's all going to be Man City. Good save, Milinkovic-Savic there. Low shot. I think it was Rodri who had it from outside the box. Frankfurt have equalised. Tell me the scorer. I'm a big fan of Frankfurt. Bundesliga bridge. Here's a good question. Get your questions in. On nights like this, we need good topics. Where should I study abroad in England, says Monty. Stoke. Great place. You won't be disappointed. Swishwash says, any dogging tips? Never been anything I've had anything to do with. Not even a category. I wouldn't look at it. My girlfriend said our relationship status is Anana. What does she mean? Could be good or bad. CF26. Rashford. Good block. They're getting closer, Barcelona. That's a corner, that. Sure, that went out from Livramento, but he's lost it anyway. Kundi has dealt with him very easily. Barcelona starting to turn the screw here. That did not look like a free kick, but Rafinha has won it. What's better, up north or down south in the UK? Well, London's down south. Manchester, Liverpool, up north. I'm going with the Man United win against Chelsea. Massively naive. This is why Robbie always wins on lose or... I figured it out. We do win, lose or draw every week, and Robbie's always ahead, and it always comes down to the same thing. He gets an extra point every week simply because he supports Arsenal and I support Man United. If Arsenal were like Man United and Man United were like Arsenal, I'd win, lose or draw. I'd win, lose or draw. But you just give up points every week. You give up a point every week. What could it mean by my girlfriend says our status is Anana? Oh, God. Open goal. Could mean she's open for a gangbang or something like that. I don't know. Shaky. Yeah, good. That's better than mine. There's no saving it. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. There's no saving it. That's definitely it. So 0-0 in both these games so far. I'll tell you what, I've wanted to do this for weeks. What is the heritage of Reinders? I know he's Dutch, but was he born in the Netherlands? Yes. My Wikipedia is absolutely shit. I was looking for like his, you know, his parents were born in, I don't know. Yeah, born in Swal. There we go. That's what I wanted to know. His mother is Indonesian and his father is Dutch. See, you can't say stuff like that without knowing. That's why I wanted to know. But I did think he had like a... Napoli keeper's having a worldie, by the way. I did think he looked like he was from that area of the world. You have to be careful these days, though, because imagine if you said, oh, he looks a bit like he's from that area of the world, and then people go, racist. A lot of Man United fans in Indonesia, so I don't know why he's playing for Man City. He's probably unhappy. He's probably for the money. CF26, the girlfriend also said she wants to do a Garnacho. Wear a Villa shirt? Go! Just wide there from Vardiel. Oh, lovely play down the wing here from Barca. Come on, Newcastle, have a counter-attack. Switch it, Tonali. And again, right, come on, Trippier. Feed Elanga. It's a good battle down this right-hand side because Rashford won't get back. Joe Linton, what the hell is that? Although Anthony Gordon will get there. 0-0 Man City game. Corner, Newcastle. Man United were looking at the Napoli goalkeeper. He was formerly at Torino, Jim. Milinkovic-Savic is actually the brother of Milinkovic-Savic, who used to be at Lazio and now earns his money in Saudi. But he was at Torino. He was linked to Man United and went to Napoli. Do you think Napoli could grind out a 0-0? Well, it'd be nice if they did. Oh, somebody just said, if his missus says she wants to do a Garnacho, it means she wants to go and play for the other team. Yeah, I agree. Like that Milinkovic-Savic got Champions League football by going to Napoli. Wilco says, I've been telling my Mrs. different names of the riggers I work with weekly, early 2000s. Borough, week 1, Catamol and Parla, week 2, Parnaby and Bogates, week 3, Rockenbach and Mendieta. She has no clue what team and era do I move to. What are you talking about, Wilco? What, are you just making up people that you work with from players that she won't know? Ooh, flicked header there. Reinders over the bar. That's surely a yellow card. Yeah. Bruno G down. Wasn't much contact, but amazingly both players missed the ball. Yeah, there's not much contact there. But he did get booked, Martin. She might just want to dye her hair blonde, go for the Pat Butcher look if she wants to do a Garnacho. Still down Bruno Guimaraes. Yeah, that's a worrying yellow card for Barcelona because Zelanga's on that side, isn't he? And Rashford's never really going to track back. So on a yellow card, they can probably get at him a little bit. Napoli on the attack here. Oh, terrible. Terrible. Jack Glancy says, don't worry, I'm a master of code. Anana equals it's unsavable. Garnacho equals wants to leave. Unfortunately, she's had enough of you and wants to break up. There we go, Jack. He's figured it out. Get Voltameda on second half. This Anthony Gordon up front thing doesn't work. CF26 says, thanks for the codes, Jack. Kunde's just been caught by Dan Burn here. Might be another yellow card. Yeah. The referee likes getting his cards out. Just left one on him, didn't he? Yeah, that is I mean, to be fair, that is a yellow card. 100%. Apparently, Uzan has scored for Frankfurt against Galatasaray, which is interesting because he's a young, talented player in the Bundesliga at Frankfurt, and he is Turkish. So scoring against Galatasaray, Turkish delight. Well, only if you're not a Galatasaray fan. See the future or change the past, says Don't Mind Me. See the future or change the past. Change the past, because if you can see the future... Whoa. No one's going to believe you. If you could see the future and you went and told somebody don't do that because this is going to happen, they wouldn't know. Whereas if you can change the past, you can change what's happened. Good question. Well done. Half time, Barcelona 0, Newcastle 0, and Manchester City 0, Napoli 0. No goals. Been waiting all week for this. This is what, this is what I mean. For me, this was the best Champions League night, and we've had no bloody goals. Typical. Absolutely bloody typical. I'll tell you where we will get goals, though. Tomorrow night, Bundesliga watch-along on this channel. Tune in. In the other games, we have had a few goals. Frankfurt were losing 1-0 to Galatasaray. In Frankfurt, they're now they're 2-1 up. Sanchez equalised, own goal, and Davinson Sanchez, that was, of Galatasaray, own goal. And then Uzan has made it 2-1 right on half-time. But, to be fair, they have... it's been a very equal game, and Galatasaray have had more shots and more possession. So... maybe Galatasaray can come back in that second half. It is also 0-0 at half-time. Man City and Napoli are just walking off as well. Red card for Di Lorenzo. Erling Haaland would have been through one-on-one. VAR reviewed it quite rightly. It was a penalty. And they're playing against 10 men. but they haven't broken them down yet. Milinkovic-Savic in goal for Napoli, playing very, very well. Get your questions in then. Let's have a few either-ors and stuff. Glazers leaving or Seb wins £10 billion, says Zuta. Well, they're leaving anyway if Seb wins £10 billion, because we just give the £10 billion to the Glazers and Sir Jim and then give the club to the fans. How's about that? It's 3 to Frankfurt now. Burkhardt has just scored. Thank you very much. Am I the only one who wants to call Voltameda Lord Voldemort? Says Jack Glancy. I think a few people have said that. What do you call a man with a briefcase in a tree? A branch manager, says Rick. What's your opinion on Lissandro playing in midfield when he comes back, says Ethan. I have no opinion on it because he's not fit at the moment. But, you know, I still think Lissandro would be playing next to Bruno, and that's the problem. Bruno needs to come out the midfield. That's what needs to happen. There was something that happened to me today that I wanted to tell you all tonight. And I couldn't think of a way of doing it without just being really blunt. So I'm just going to be blunt. Oh, it's really offensive. I suppose I can't do it. Have you noticed the zombification of England, basically? And what I mean by that is, I don't know whether it's just where I live, middle class England, but whenever I go into the supermarket or walk down the streets, I see a lot of people with faces that don't move. It's like their face is full of fillers. Everyone looks the same. They all walk around in leggings, sports leggings, hoodies, long hair, and then their face doesn't move. Now, I don't know whether that's just round our way or in general, and I'm not being gender specific here. Could be a man, but there's a lot of people who look the same these days. Yeah, Leslie Ash used to be on Men Behaving Badly. Naturally, quite an attractive woman. She went and did her lips. She looked like the Joker. I think somebody needs to tell people that growing old gracefully is better than filling. I don't like the fake look. I don't like it. Fillers and Botox and all that just looks. It looks fake. You know? Mark, what will be a successful season for Newcastle, says Vishesh. We're just chewing the fat. Newcastle Champions League football. 2 years in a row. That's what Newcastle need to do. I think that's what's successful. Just did my first full Ironman in 9 hours 38. Love from Brazil, Mark, says João Pedro Villar. Thanks. Let us know where you're watching from, everybody. Yeah. Donnarumma or Alisson, Paul, says Alex. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Either or. What are you doing tonight? I'm tired, so I don't want to watch anything long. So I'm thinking I might just watch classic episodes of the UK Office because I haven't watched it in ages. Do you know if your immune system works out, you have eyes, you'll go blind? Says Sam. What? What? What's that all about? Mark, when will you address the Botox allegations? I look very young. But I have dropped hints as to why I look young. One of them you can't do anything about. 2 of them you can. I drink a lot of water. And I have quite a low natural heart rate. So when you think about it, my heart does a lot less work than everybody else, and I think that helps you look young. And I've made that second one up. But no, I do drink a lot of water. To be honest with you, one or two of them are probably watching now. The people I went to school with, like if we were out in a pub and I said, hey everybody, stop what you're doing. Us three here, ignore the weight issues they've got. What do you think we look like, age-wise? And don't say I'm their son, because that's ridiculous, but definitely you'd put me late 30s, maybe mid-30s. But them lot, you would never believe we're the same age, would you? It's hard to believe that they're still my friends, really. But yeah, most of my friends from school, in fact, if I'm being honest, absolutely all of them look way older than me. Good jeans. Levi's FC. Actually, I haven't worn a pair of Levi's in ages. What jeans do people wear these days? White hair doesn't make you look old. There's no problem with that. Silver fox, mate. Sarcasm doesn't travel. This is why I asked where people live. I wear... Well, I'm not going to tell you what jeans I wear, because people might then start buying them and I don't get anything from it. Pint with a footballer, past or present, who and why, says Evan. I mean, I really... Gascoigne's the most natural talent I've ever seen, but a pint with him would be, you know, Paul, I want to go home. No, man, we're staying here all week. Roy Keane be a good pint, I think. I think Roy Keane would be a good pint, because he'd probably just get up and leave when he wanted to, and he'd probably just have a couple of Guinness. Nice steady couple of Guinness. Yeah, that'd be good. How boring is the game? It's not on at the moment, Rahul, because it's half time. Glazers leaving or Di Maria and Moyes come back? Zuta. I'd want Glazers out, mate. 100%. Zac Efron looks like an... I don't know what's happened with Zac Efron, Keel. I don't know what's gone on there, but again, that's not a great... I mean, we don't know the story, do we? He might have got stung by a bee. But, yeah. I don't know why people do it. Who wins WrestlePalooza, says Andrew. I don't know. Yeah, I think Newcastle have got get back in Europe. That's the main thing, yeah. Legend Killer says, Mark, Eddie Howe may need the sack after putting Voltemada on the bench. I was trying to find out the odds of getting sacked for Eddie Howe. I mean, he must be one of the most unsackable managers in the Premier League at the moment, I would say. Damien says, any advice? I plan to propose to my girlfriend at Old Trafford at Newcastle or Wolves game with her mum and brother present as they live in South Africa. Will be their first Man United game, says Damien. Just don't do it during the game, because, or if we're losing, I'd do it before the game, because then the only way is up or down. You know, hit the peak. Don't wait till after the game. You can't rely on it. It's such pot luck with United now. Do it before kickoff. Definitely. And don't, whatever you're doing, don't do what I've seen some people do, and I don't think they'd let you do it at Old Trafford anyway. You know, like some people do it on the halfway line. Away fans or even home fans might start singing, you don't know what you're doing. Do you think you've been lucky with life? Oh, what a horrible question, Apex. I hate those sort of questions. Do you want the fake answer or the real answer? I think that we're all lucky in life because the odds of us being here are ridiculous. Ridiculous. I don't want to get scientific on you, but like, it's a head mess when you think about how many tadpoles swim towards the egg. Your tadpole won. You're already a winner. And then you look at some morons walking around and you think, God, the wrong one won the race. But also, we're all lucky every day we have because some people don't have tomorrow for no other reason other than bad luck, wrong place, wrong time, genetic mutations, whatever. So I think we're all lucky anyway. And you should never take life for granted. But you also make your own luck. Why are we here? I don't know. I think the biggest thing that messes my head is like space. I can't deal with space. I can't deal with space. People want the real answer now. Do you think you've been lucky with life? I think like a lot of people who start off from a certain level and go up, and I'm not just talking about, you know, Gary Neville, who's gone from that to being, you know, playing for England and very successful career, or Beckham or anyone like that. I'm talking about people who like maybe were crap at school from a poor background who end up with their own business and, you know, stuff like that. I think hard work comes into it. I think hard work comes into it. Yeah. Do you think life's a simulation, says Fenke? God, these games are boring. We need a goal. No. No, I like a good quick Q&A anyway. Movies better if animals could turn zombie too, says Shaz. Is it why we are here or how we are here, says Matthew Lunn. I just don't. Human beings can't get. You know, the human brain cannot deal with the unknown. So everything we do as humans has to have, like, even football. When will Man United win the league again? They might not. They might do. They might never win it. No, I don't like that answer. Surely we will win it. People hate that. Human beings hate that sort of answer. So when you look at the universe, I cannot ever, you know, when people go, the universe goes on forever and ever and ever. Yeah, but what's after that? Like, in our mind, we think at the end of the universe there's a wall, and then, but what's behind the wall? And the reality is, infinity exists. It has to exist. And who created that then? When did it start? How did it start? Why did it start? Well, it was the Big Bang. But what was there before the Big Bang? You know, we can't deal with these questions. And we'll probably never get the answers either. How did everything start? Why did it, you know, we'll leave it there because it doesn't make any sense. Paul says, if it's a simulation, I'll be pissed off going to work every Monday if it's not real, says Paul. Two possibilities exist. Either we are alone in the universe or we are not. Both are equally terrifying, says Rambo. I don't think we are. Anyway, second half's about to start. Nobody told me to turn the timer off again. Meant to be a bloody team. Don't forget, it is starting to get a little bit closer now. The middle Saturday of the November international break is traditionally our all-day charity stream. For the last 2 years, we've amazingly raised 50k each time. Seb's very excited about it this year because he got involved for the first time last year. So he's very excited to be involved this year. So mark it in your calendar. DJ says it gives me headaches thinking about it. Yeah, this is... you know what I've started training myself to do at night? To relax myself. So basically... Why have they started the kickoff again there? Sorry, I think the timer's off. I'll have to change that in a minute. Yeah, that's the sort of thing I'd think about just as I'm dropping off. What happened? What's the end of the universe? And then it just messes with my head. The best, you know, the best advice somebody gave me to go to sleep with? A beautiful woman hugging you, spooning you. No, joking. Best advice I got to go to sleep was breathe 3 in, 6 out. So that's too much. Probably 3 in, 5 out. And also, every breath you do, count it. So go, just count. You'll fall asleep quick. And also, it stops your brain thinking about anything else other than breathing and counting. Because if you're like me, I have crazy thoughts before I go to sleep. Last night, oh my God. Imagine what would happen if you were locked in a warehouse with no windows or doors, and in one corner was a tiger and you were in the other one, and it takes the tiger 5 seconds to run over to you. Well, basically, you're just going to get eaten by a tiger, aren't you? I mean, why would you even think about that? Yazir says, I am going to Old Trafford, unless it's Tony the Tiger, in which case he might talk to you and get you a bowl of Frosties. I'm going to Old Trafford Saturday, and I'm praying that we win. I want to see Bruno in the midfield. Yeah, Yazir, you're a rage baiter. Oddie says, I'm not stoned enough for this conversation. I'll tell you what, New York, my God. New York's a great city, but the legalisation of cannabis is fine. I don't really have a massive problem with it. But I don't like walking around smelling it everywhere. Anyway, let's get a goal. Let's get a goal going on here. Do you do this? I write myself notes that I know I'll forget. I've not been to San Francisco. Look, I've got nothing against people who smoke cannabis. I just don't... Everywhere I go, I don't want to smell it. A cold room under a warm blanket. Best night's sleep. Oh, yeah. Sounds good, Odie. I like winter sleeping over summer. I hate being hot. You should have seen me on the United stand. I was getting really hot, and it was really winding me up. Linda MUFC says, I found my first grey the hair this morning, and I'm 70. Linda, I'm just going to say what we're all thinking. Was it up there or down there? Tonali. Should have played it earlier. And again. Too low. Too slow. It's like me on FIFA, that. Would you have a drink with Ray Parlour? Oh. Gabby! Ray Parlour! Would have a drink with Ray Parlour. I'd tell you a few stories about that, Gabby. Me and Party Parlour, you know, finish 9 a.m. straight into, you know, straight on the aftershock. No, I couldn't drink with Ray Parlour. Oh, Foden just shoots wide. The number is 0 is magical because infinity lies on both sides of it. -1 and 1, says Keel. We've got an injury here. I think it's Shaw, or is it Dan Burn? Shaw. Would you watch these games if they started at 3 a.m, says Zakaria? I don't think it gets said enough. I always say it on the United stand. I don't know if I lived in a world, or actually a country. If I lived in a country where I had to get up at 3 a.m. every time to watch Man United, I'll be honest, and I think any United fan from the UK would have the same answer. I don't think I would. I don't think I would. I'd do it a lot, but I don't think I'd do it every time. I don't. I haven't missed your donation, Apex. I just don't read them all straight away. I will go back to it. That's why I've got huge respect for the worldwide football community, because whether you're a Liverpool fan, Arsenal fan, United fan, so many of them do get up at 4 or 5, 6, 3, 2 in the morning. The number, I've done that one. What's your opinion on cheese strings, says Alfie? They're too synthetic for me. I don't like synthetic things, plastic. And I went to the Harvester once and had a mixed grill, and every bit of meat on it tasted plasticky. The chicken was just, yeah, I just don't like synthetic stuff. Sorry, I just need to do something here, otherwise, and I don't want you to. You know what? Food's one of the things I always say, you get what you pay for. Do you believe we're already in heaven or hell, says Apex? Well, why do we leave then? Still no goal. I am right in saying it is 3-1 to Eintracht Frankfurt against Galatasaray. Rafa Benitez in the crowd. Sporting are leading 1-0. Let's have a look at the Sporting lineup now. Trincao, Kenda, Yulmlin, Nacho, Araujo. Is Diamonde still at Sporting? Not in the starting lineup and not on the bench. I know he's linked to Palace. Might be injured. Yeah, he's injured, says Shav. Thank you. Have you misquoted me? I've said that I don't see him in the midfield, says Yazza. Oh, sorry, pal. Sorry. I have probably misquoted. Yeah, Alanga down the right-hand side. Into Joel Linton. We need a goal. We need a goal. Thing is, it's not just the Bundesliga though, is it? You look at the Bundesliga teams in the Champions League. Bayern scored 3, Dortmund scored 4, Frankfurt have already got 3, and Leverkusen scored 2. There's something weird in Germany and goals. We get 50% off in the Premier League in Central. We get 50% of the Prem in Central America. Shambles, says Juan. I don't think we get 50. Bodo Glimt are the dark horses this year, says Such Try Hard. I mean, I don't think they are, but it would be nice. Dan Burn intercepts it. Would Kenda be good for United? He's going to bloody Chelsea, isn't he? So another player going to Chelsea. I mean, I'm pretty sure Chelsea do what I do when they play FC 26. I basically research. I brought a player in from Ajax. I'm telling you now, everyone's going to be getting him in their career mode. His name's Mocchio. He's 17. He's got ridiculous potential. He's a 70 rated player at the moment. And he's the player to buy this year. But I think Chelsea do it. Like, they've got Hato, Kenda. It's the Chelsea model. Zakaria says, you're United manager. What's your first order of business? For Saturday, don't play Bruno in the midfield. Who have you bought on FC26? So I bought Stiller from Stuttgart, Nusser from Leipzig, Larson from Frankfurt, and Mocchio from Ajax. Bundesliga bridge. I know a lot of good players. I'm building for the future. I'm building a dynasty. There's more. There's going to be more in the January window. Goal! Erling Haaland. 1-0 City. We knew it was coming at some point. The machine. Playing against 10 men. Hold on. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Harvey Barnes out on the left-hand side. I've not seen the Haaland goal yet. He is looking in good form at the moment. Be interesting to see what he can do against Arsenal at the weekend. I'm really hoping Arsenal win. Yeah, it's good play by Foden, isn't it? Lovely. Look, that's a lovely assist by Foden, you know. It's a lovely assist by Foden. I mean, if he's coming back to form, I don't know why he wasn't getting in the team. Did you see my super chat earlier, Mr. Goldbridge, says Connor? I thought I'd read them all, but I will go back. God, says Peter M. Boothroyd. What will the football scene be like in 100 years, says Ree? Well, the fact is none of us will be here. Connor says, how's it going, Mark? Hope you're well. Who would be in your six-a-side football team with people you would love to have a football debate with? That's two questions. Who would be in my six-a-side football team with people you would love to have a debate with? Why would I have a six? I think what you're saying is, who would you have a debate with? Because my six-a-side football team would be very different. Hold on a minute. Rafinha. Up against Dan Burn. Still going. Good feet. Still going, Rafinha. Goal! Rashford! There we go. He'd be well happy about that. Not sure Amrin will. Well, I tell you what, it's salt in the wound for Ruben Amorim and Manchester United to see that happening. They're not getting any money for him, although his wages are being covered. It's a good header. I don't really know what the defender's doing here. I mean, look, from a Man United point of view, it's very, very good because we want to get money for him in the summer. But, yeah, what's Shaw doing here? Yeah, he backs off. Yeah, he knows what he's done. Gives him a free header. Good header. But for some reason, Shaw takes a step away. Yeah. Very surprising to see Shaw making a mistake like that. But look, give any striker a free header, they'd expect to do well. That's a very good header from Rashford. 1-0 Newcastle. What was your first car, Mark, says Ralph Wiggum? It was a Ford Fiesta. Your time is very far off. I know it is. Thanks for reminding me. We are 58 and 52. Yeah, because they redid the kickoff, didn't they? Let me get this right. 59. It's a shame from Newcastle because I thought they started off quite well. But they have drifted a little bit. So, Barcelona, Voltemader's coming on, Jacob Murphy's coming on, and Willock is coming on. Would you try Football Manager when it's out, says Sunrise? Yes, I would, because I've got this new laptop. So, I will. Haaland has just scored his 50th Champions League goal in 49 games. The record was held by Van Nistelrooy, but how many games did he take to reach 50? I'd say 70. Halvard, not knowing the answer. Slow Motion Potion said, should we fear death? I think there's two answers to that. I mean, we should fear death because if we enjoy life, we don't want it to end. It's like eating a lovely chocolate bar. You know, when it's over, if you're enjoying it, you might feel like you want another one. But then, the world, if you were born in the year 2000, the world was here in 1999, it was here in 1989, it was here in 1979, and you weren't here. So, technically, you were dead a long time before as well. You're just here for your visit. Rashford still haunting us from the EFL Cup final, says Frosty292. There's a lot of subs coming on for Newcastle here. It's like they're making about 6 subs. Four they're making. I think he's going to change his entire front three by the look of it, because that's the vibe I'm getting. Yeah, Shah's coming off. Harvey Barnes is coming off. I wonder if it's Alanga and Gordon or just Alanga. Oh, God. They're not handling these subs well, are they? It's all right showing us camera angles. How's about listing the players that are coming on and off? Okay, Joel Linton, Barnes, Alanga and Shah off. Yeah. Willock, Voltemeda, Murphy and Tiao. Who is he's the lad from AC Milan, isn't he? Yeah. Centre back, 24. Probably not pronouncing his name correctly, to be fair. Say what you need and be on your way. Well, I said Newcastle were going to win this, so been a bit wrong. It is known. It has been happening before. It wouldn't be the first time. They've got a chance to whip across in here. Thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. It's been a bit of a weird one. I mean, the Man City Napoli game's just been a write-off because of the early red card. Newcastle started off well, but just a bit flat. I think Newcastle are better than this, and we've seen them play better than this. But is that a testament to Barcelona? Alisson against Donnarumma has been rumbling for about half an hour. Alisson's on 51% and Donnarumma's on 49%. We'll keep it open because that is close. Two 2-0, Doku. I really do hope Arsenal beat Man City at the weekend. There's nothing... I know it's because I'm a United fan, but there's just absolutely nothing endearing about Man City scoring or winning. They're the only club. Nobody irritates me more than Man City. And Liverpool are a bigger rival. I just don't... Man City just irritate the shit out of me. And I don't know what it is. Because Liverpool are a much bigger rival. Good play by Doku, though. I'll tell you what, that is a good goal. Really good goal, that is. He's such a weird play, Doku, though. He's like... Realistically, he could be one of the world's best players, but then he'll play a different game and play absolute shit. Let's hope they bring Rooney on, says Seb Watson. Oh, Barcelona, yeah. Sporting a 3-0 up. This is easy work for City, though, isn't it? I mean, look, you're up against 10 men. You're confident, home ground, loads of the ball. Napoli have got no threat. It's a training ground exercise. It's 2-0, Rashford. Well, this is going to hurt. This is not what Amrim needs, really. But look, the way I look at it is I want him to do well at Barcelona because it enhances his price and confidence. And the honest thing about Rashford is there is no mistake from Manchester United because he was shit. And he wasn't motivated. But that's a great goal. I don't know whether it deflects. No, it doesn't. It's a great goal. Brilliant. It's a brilliant goal. It's an absolutely brilliant goal. I don't think there's any deflection on it. It's just a great goal. His confidence has skyrocketed. I don't think Amrim did make a mistake. I don't think he did because the player was playing badly already and, wasn't motivated, wasn't playing like that. I think people are just so simplistic about things and, I wouldn't be surprised if Garnacho scores on Saturday. How many times have you seen or witnessed somebody who is in your workplace who's not very good at their job and then they leave and they're suddenly amazing? Or, maybe you're in a relationship with somebody who just can't be bothered and then you break up and then you see them a few weeks later, they've had their hair done, they look amazing. It's just, I think people overcomplicate it and think, well, I made a mistake breaking up with them. But would they have done that? Or maybe we shouldn't have got rid of them. Would they have... A change for everybody is sometimes a good thing. I don't think Rashford was going to be playing like this for Manchester United if he'd stayed. I think he needed the change. And the only bad thing is, obviously, United are going backwards. He's going forwards. But I think if they'd stayed together, he wouldn't have gone forwards. I think it had to happen. But you will get people who go, oh, United should have kept him. But it's the same with McTominay. I don't think McTominay at Man United would have did what he did at Napoli. And I don't think Rashford would have done it at Man United. I think there needed to be a change. The truth of the matter is, for many years, people leave Man United and get better. And I think that's because of the toxic situation at Manchester United. Lunda's, and look, Barcelona only have to pay 26 million for him as well. Nick P says Rashford always used to throw in the odd good performance. If he can do it for 5 games in a row, then well done to him, says Nick P. Well, look, honest answer is I don't watch La Liga, but I definitely read the stuff over the international break that fans were saying he should go back to Man United. So I don't think he's been tearing it up. Giant says, I'm ready to take him back next season. Temptation, the City fan, says, big L for United fans. Rashford in, hammer him out, says 1 inch wonder. Yeah, and this is why we fail. Player FC, fair weather fans, flip-flop fans. Nobody's got any patience or longevity or common sense. Gyökeres is a flop because he didn't score on his debut, you know. But Newcastle have been disappointing. Barca need to send him back, says Robert McCormack. Would you rather take Cunha or Rashford? Alisson and Donnarumma is locked on 50-50. Would I take Cunha or Rashford? Cunha. 100% Cunha. I mean, look, I'm happy that I've said a lot of things about Rashford and I don't regret any of them. But what I did say when he went to Barcelona is I hope it works out because it's best for everybody. I don't want him back at Man United. I want him to go. So the best way for that to happen is for him to leave at a place where he wants to be, where he's happy. And I think he's got that at Barcelona. I would not take Rashford over Cunha, no. Because I wouldn't go back. It's like going back to a relationship that was toxic over a new relationship that's exciting. No, thank you. Oh, Rafinha there, just wide. It was a great goal by Rashford, though, the second goal. Bit of a disappointing night all round. I wanted Newcastle to win and I wanted Napoli to win. Who have Newcastle got in the Champions League? Newcastle. They've got to get through. So they've got Union St. Gilles away. They've got Benfica at home. Athletic Club at home. Marseille away. Leverkusen away. And PSG away. And PSV at home. It's arguably well, it's not their hardest game. PSG will be their hardest game, won't it? But out and about with Job says, I hope he does well. 26 million and off the wage bill. I'd be happy with that. Saves is going on loan next season and the disruption that goes with that. Thank you for the super chat. Southgate in, Rashford in, says John United. You know what I find hilarious though? I've said this so many times, like Sancho, Rashford at Villa, Anthony at Betis. You get United fans going, bring him back like he wants to come back. And that's the thing people really miss. They think Rashford wants to come back. Like, why would Rashford want to come back to Manchester United and the shithole it is when he could stay at Barcelona winning things, being part of this setup? He won't come back. So you can scream, bring Rashi back all you like. Why would he come back? No one ever thinks of that. There's this arrogance that players want to come back to Manchester United. And what did Rashford say last Christmas? I think it's time for a new challenge. Bruno's Instagram story is of Rashford's goal, says Stephen. I think that's just supporting a current Man United player, isn't it? I said it 2 years ago when the hype was about Garnacho and Ahmed. None of them have the ability Rashford had and never did, says HW. And Vib says it's still shooting from stupid angles. Yeah, it did go in though, mate. It was a good goal. The revisionism is disgusting, says Grace. Oh, I wouldn't. It's not that deep. I wouldn't let it bother you. More interestingly is how Alisson and Donnarumma are locked in on 50-50. I think Alisson's a better goalkeeper than Donnarumma. But look, you've got to give Barcelona a huge amount of credit, because I actually have seen Newcastle play this season and I thought they were a better team than this. And the only reason they haven't looked good has to be the fact that Barcelona are very good. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way, bottom right hand corner. We're live with the Bundesliga tomorrow night. God, another new podcast from an ex-player. Bloody hell. We really do need another... We do... You know what? If I was sat as a producer in a media company, I would definitely be saying, we really do need another podcast from another ex-player. It's a market that's not been saturated yet. Yeah, Bruno has posted the goal on his Instagram. He's obviously watching it at home. Get used to that, mate. You ain't going to be playing in the Champions League anytime soon. Somebody's got a very big ice pack on their knee there in the background. Barcelona are about to make a couple of subs. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about Garnacho, EA, Mosri. I mean, when he scores, Bruno will probably run and celebrate with him. Would you take Mason back at United? This is Eva. Greenwood? No. It's just not. It's not worth it, is it? The club made the decision. You've got to stick by the decision, haven't you? Abdi says, hi Mar, want to spend this chat to say to all FC Rashford, go support Barcelona. We, the United fan base, will feel much better without him. Thank you very much, pal. Thanks for your super chat. How's Mason Greenwood doing at Marseille now? Who've Newcastle got at the weekend? They are playing Bournemouth away on Sunday. And that's the thing. That's the real quiz. I think it's all about how the Premier League is very competitive. And you know, Newcastle struggled with that when they were in the Champions League last. And I think for Newcastle, it very much is about getting back into the Champions League. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. 17,000 of you. Make sure you subscribe. Tomorrow night, Bundesliga live action on this channel. We'll have the atmosphere. We'll have the goals. Marcus Rashford's a confidence player, though. If he's confident, he's a different animal. And to be fair, playing in a Barcelona side that's going to win most of its games, you know, he should do well. Name the 10 clubs that will finish above United, says Owen. Oh, no, I bloody won't, Owen. Nearly did it then. I nearly sat there and started listing them off, you cheeky get. No, I'm not doing that. I refuse to do that. I think United will finish in the top 10. So, therefore, there won't be any clubs, 10 clubs finishing above us. Have you enjoyed the games? No, to be honest. I think I've hyped them up a little bit too much. I can't blame Napoli. They had a man sent off and they should have had a man sent off. That game's been very unwatchable. Newcastle just, I don't know. If the Harvey Barnes chance goes in, maybe it's a bit different. But then it would have been defence against attack as well. Just been a bit disappointed with Newcastle, to be fair. Rashford's just gone down here. I think he was trying to say he was elbowed, but I don't think he was. Almost coming on. Yeah, Shaw makes a mistake on the first goal, but it's still a good header. But the second goal was fantastic. Just, it's brilliant. It's so good. So good. The technique, brilliant. Just like Rashford needed a new challenge, do you think Bruno may need a new challenge as well, says Nathan? I think he's behaving like he needs a new challenge, you know? I meant to say it on the United stand tonight. I cannot believe that the club and him have just let that go, that he basically said after the game on Sunday that Lenny Yoro was at fault for something he wasn't at fault for and basically absolved himself of the blame. I think there's a belligerence about Bruno at the moment, bordering on, you know, arrogance. He needs to improve on Friday. On Saturday. Thoughts on the Champions League on a Thursday night, says Simon? Nah, I think Thursday night should not be Champions League night, really. I want to get back playing five-a-side. My Thursday nights have been too busy for too long. In fact, if somebody had said to me last year, you're going to get Thursday nights off, I'd have got really excited because I would have thought we'd be in the Champions League. I didn't realise we wouldn't be in Europe at all. Is it true to sack Amrin would cost 24 million, says Jason? No, I think it's more like 15. Have you heard about this rapper case? Truly a Netflix documentary, says Samarth. No. Mozzo says, media and your own fan base is so toxic. Tomorrow be fun. What's happening tomorrow? I really do hope Arsenal beat City on Sunday. For the league. For the league. I think if Arsenal drop points at home to City, I can see Liverpool just running away from it. And that doesn't make me an Arsenal fan. I want a proper title race. I mean, bloody hell, Liverpool have got 4 from 4. Arsenal have already lost a game, so... And also, it'd be funny. Do you selling the left back to Madrid was a mistake, says Evan? I think Alvaro Fernandez always to me looked very good. And the funny thing is, the summer before we sold him to Benfica, I actually said on the United stand, he's the young player to watch this season. And then we sold him to Benfica. So I mean, look, Real Madrid was probably not always what I was thinking, but I do think he had potential. And... You know, again, look, I don't think Ten Hag was completely terrible, but some of his decision-making is terrible. There's no doubt about it. Christine says, do you think Arsenal beat City on Sunday? Yes. Looking forward to it. I mean, look, City could win that. City could get a draw, but I think Arsenal will win. Woo! 5 minutes to go. I don't think we're going to see any more changes now. 2-0 Man City. 2-0 Barcelona. Sporting 4-1 up. I don't know who they're playing. Kayat. Never heard of them. Honestly, never heard of them. I'm ignorant. FC Kairat are a Kazakhstan Premier League side. Never heard of him. So that's a long away day, that is, isn't it? 5-1 Frankfurt. Bloody hell. I'm telling you. German clubs again. 5-1 against Galatasaray. Sanchez, Uzan, Singo, Burkhardt, Nauf. United ruins players, as Adrian. The new signings this season will fade away just like previous ones. United is a hopeless club. Unless Qatar takes over, no manager will be able to turn it around. Jackie says, I've been a City supporter for 50 years. Please someone sack Pep. And I think you forget they're playing Barca, the best team in the world, with that midfield like playing kids, says BD. Oh no, look, Barcelona were the favourites coming into the game. I just fancied Newcastle at home, good team, intensity, to give Barca a game, but Barca have been on a different level. No dispute. And they've got a 4v3 here. Rafinha. Who do you think is the best team in the world at the moment? From what I've seen, Bayern, but it's very early in the season. I think Bayern look very good. I don't think any of the Premier League clubs look like they're firing yet. Obviously, Liverpool are getting results, but I don't think even any Liverpool fan would say they're firing. Man City aren't the team they were. Arsenal look steady. Barcelona have looked good. But I think Bayern, to me, look like the best. At the start of this season, I mean, the best team in the world is PSG, obviously. But from what I've seen of this season, and it's very early, Bayern look to be the informed team. The hip's bloody killing. Baz says, I wish Ten Hag had gotten Frankie de Jong. He's so good. God knows what Man United were playing at that summer. I mean, the whole time he said, I don't want to come, I don't want to come, I want to stay at Barca. And United just, I don't know, it's weird. It was like Barcelona wanted to sell him to us and we wanted to buy him, but he didn't want to come. Oh, God, I'm yawning too much of these days. Way too much. Are Chelsea getting a points deduction, Mark, says Samarth? I don't think they will. Yeah, don't forget tomorrow, win, lose or draw, me and Robbie, Premier League predictions show. That'll be out early morning, and then evening, Bundesliga show, live match. We'll have 2 watch-alongs again. That's a lovely cross. That's got to be, oh, for God's sake. Oh, he has scored. Anthony Gordon, 2-1. Goal Newcastle. I thought he'd missed it. Ben says, hi, Goldbridge, my friend. Daniel supports Newcastle and he's very sad. Well, he might be happy now, Ben. It's good play by Voltemeda into Bruno G. Murphy's got a lovely cross on him again. And Gordon, I don't think he got a clean hit on it, but the finish was good. Jacob Murphy again, second good cross in successive games. Got the Voltameda assist the other day. No, that was a good finish by Gordon. Seven minutes. 7 minutes. Oh, the crowd's ready now. Get on your feet. Lift that head up of yours. Rashford's not even on. There might be a chance. Frosty says, 5 donations tonight. Come on, Anthony Gordon. Thank you, Frosty. Well, I hope for your sake they get the equaliser. I've got no skin in the game. I don't really care. Alisson and Donnarumma locked on 50-50. I've got to close this. I want to see the back system. Will it throw it up? There we go. Alisson won. Alisson had 50.4% of the vote and 49.6% for Donnarumma. 16,000 votes. Ref's losing control here, says Penn. Good pressure creates diamonds, says Umar. Newcastle, sorry, Man City and Napoli's finished 2-0. I mean, it's poor game, really. Poor game, really. The red card, which was legitimate, definitely changed the game. We've already had 2 minutes, but I think the referee's still going to give 7. Can they create another chance here, Newcastle? It's Barcelona on the attack. It's lovely feet. Still lovely feet. Still got it. Rafinha. Yeah, Barca just playing the old tiki-taka now. Possession. Newcastle can't get the ball. But they have got it now with Anthony Gordon. Ball won't come down for him. It's a terrible pass. Tonali's there, though. Now it's Anthony Gordon. He's going to have to try and do something on his own. Good tackle. No, still got it. It wasn't Tonali, by the way. It was Livramento. And that's disappointing from Newcastle. Another free kick. It's Barcelona just killing the momentum in this game at the moment. This game's just fizzled, hasn't it? Well, it's actually Barcelona on the attack here with Rafinha. Lovely play. Oh, good save, Pope. Olmo got the shot off. I've always liked Danny Olmo. Seems to be he's one of those players that seems to have been around for a very long time. 36 now. I'm joking. He's only just turned 27. Yeah, Newcastle just can't get the ball. It's like FC 26, this. Possession teams. Hard to get the ball. Shouldn't have taken Langer off, says BE. Another corner. I think this is going to be a Barcelona win. It was nice for Newcastle to get the goal, but they've just not been able to get the ball. Will Barca now trade Rashford for Ruben's goalkeeping coach, says International 2675. Liverpool invincible quad, says Trevor. I don't think so. Look, it's good for the Champions League that we've got some good teams outside of the Premier League. I don't think we've won the Premier League, won the Champions League enough from an English point of view. But PSG will be up there again. Bayern have looked very good. Barcelona look very good. Saved by Pope. Right, you've got to go for it now, Newcastle. That's a yellow card. Bloody hell. Casado. That's cheating. I'd give him a red for that. Literally dragging his shirt back. With Bruno's story, can see how hard Amarim's work is, says Arta. I'll write that down for tomorrow. I mean, is it bad? I don't know. I don't think it is. Bruno Fernandes putting up Rashford's goal on his Instagram. He obviously likes him and liked the goal, but obviously the answer is, why are you glorifying a player's goal-scoring ability for Barcelona when he wouldn't do it for Man United? I mean, that's what people will think. But, I mean, I don't know. The modern footballer is not the same as the Gerrards, the John Terrys, the Roy Keanes. They're not like that. They're not fans of the club. They're mates with these people. Like Bruno's massive mates with Bernardo Silva, isn't he, at Man City? They probably go out for dinner. Footballers are business people, I suppose, now. Oh, shot through the gap, Tonali, but it's straight at the keeper. It's going to be a Barca win, says Jamie. Yes, and look, Barcelona deserved to have won it. Newcastle didn't do enough. That is the final whistle. Barcelona 2, Newcastle 1. Man City obviously beat Newcastle. No, they didn't beat Newcastle. They beat Napoli as well. Ended up quite a few goals in the end. And Frankfurt beat Galatasaray 5-1. Sporting won 4-1 as well. Club Brugge beat Monaco 4-1 earlier. Disappointing start for Newcastle, but this is not going to be the game that defines them. They need to get back into the Champions League next year as well. Hold that, Newcastle, says Robo. The fact that Bruno should be playing tonight rather than posting others' success. I think Bruno without the armband is a better player, like Maguire, says Shahin. Great game, says Click. Okay, right. You know me, this week I've been very, very tired. So I'm going to get myself off to bed to watch The Office. Thanks, everyone, for being company with me tonight. Remember, you can check out the career mode as well. The link is in the live chat if you want to go and watch that while you're in the bath or just chilling out. Get involved with the career mode. Maybe I need to bring Rashford back on the career mode. Maybe that's a topic for episode 3. Speak to you all in a bit. Hold on. 3 Points channel with a final super chat says, greetings from Toronto. Please shout my new YouTube channel, 3 Points channel. 3 Points channel. Thank you for your support. I'm actually going to go and have a look at it now. Thanks for watching. Take care.